Hi, this is H to the Stage. I'm a vocal coach, musician, singer, songwriter, and thank you for clicking on this video. It means the world to me. Today, I'm checking out some TikTok singing tips to see if they make actually any sense. So, without further ado, let's go check them out together.
How can I go from unbelievable sights to unbelievable sights? You gotta drop those lyrics and sing on a syllable that gets your vocal folds together more efficiently. Something like the word rang. Try it. Don't be afraid of that twangy kind of nasal sound. Rang, 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 rang. We're not done though. Sing ra. Ra, 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 ra. Back to words, keep that same feeling. Unbelievable sights. Good luck.
Okay, so first one, and it's actually a pretty solid suggestion. Now, one thing that I would add is you don't necessarily have to sing the word rang. You can try any different word that has that kind of twangy feeling. But not only that, you can start first singing just the vowel. So singing an ah, o vowel. And why do I always say start with an ah and o? Because they are already kind of rounded well enough. If you start with an e, it's a bit trickier to control. If you start with an oo, that can also kind of lead to more throaty problems. So an ah and o are very rounded. Most of the people find them very relaxed to sing. And that's a very good start. That's why she picked the word rang, because rang already has that ang, so you can sing rang, unbelievable sight, indescribable feeling. One thing that I should note at the beginning of the video, she's singing with basically no breath support. So that's why her voice is very kind of it lacks a bit energy, and she doesn't use vibrato at all. It's really straight, so listen to it.
Unbelievable sights.
The first thing she demonstrates is basically singing without a breath support, so without using your appoggio, and your voice is a bit more breathy when you sing that way. So she's singing unbelievable sight, indescribable feeling. Basically, the first example that she gives is not really sang, it's kind of more spoken. Unbelievable sight. And it's not even spoken, it's more whispered. But additionally to her good suggestion that you should always try to find a twangy kind of quality to your voice, I would add that you need to work on your breath support as well. Just doing one thing will only get you so far, and it won't really get you the result that you're probably expecting. But at the same time, this is a TikTok video and you can't really add all the information in such a short video. Nevertheless, it's a good advice.
Hey, look, it's the person who doesn't warm up their voice before they sing.
Bad idea. Everybody should warm up their voice.
Mama, 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 mama. Mama, 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 mama. Hey! Ooh, ooh.
This takes 5 minutes now. You have no excuse to not warm up before you sing.
So definitely you should warm up when you sing. Think about it like professional athletes, football players, and everybody else. They always do stretches. They always do exercises before they actually go on the field. Because if they wouldn't do that, they would probably suffer damage, like muscle damage. Maybe not the first time, maybe not the second time, but definitely if you don't warm up, there's going to be some trouble. When it comes to these exercises, all of them are pretty good for a certain thing, but I would also add that you should be aware of what exercises are good for what things. I always suggest to my students that they start low. So you should never start with a very high note because you're not warmed up to do it. Even if you do it, if you sing it, you could sing it technically on a first try, but you risk losing a lot of the lower notes first, and after that, your highest high notes won't be very reachable. So you should start always in a lower register. So usually what I first do are actually breathing exercises, but the first vocal exercise that I do is also humming, but I actually do something like this. So I play around with 3 notes. And what I would like you to think about when you're humming is try to understand where the note is actually resonating. So try to avoid being too shallow and doing it like this. You also need to find that ringing place. So what can help you when you want to do that is just smiling a bit. So try going from this. Listen to the difference. It's the same note, but this one is more frontal and it will get you into better places.
It didn't even make a sound. There's just no way I'm getting that low note out. Try this for me. Give me more tongue, brighter do the melody. Now put the lyric in. Didn't even make a sound.
Okay, so I think that this exercise won't help everybody. The tongue is a very tricky thing to talk about because my tongue doesn't have to be in the same position as your tongue. We have different singing like habits, but definitely you should play around with trying to move your tongue a bit so it doesn't make you strain here. But if you take it out too much, I actually think that that makes strain. But at the same time, not all of us are the same. I sometimes suggest to my students when they try to reach a higher note, then they should just let the tongue out a bit and just try to make it like it's almost like a what's the word? Like a massage. You do it a couple of times, na, 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 and then it's kind of, it's almost like you massage your throat a bit, doing it like that. And then you actually pull it back in and you can reach the high notes. Na, 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 and opening your mouth. Also a very good thing. But actually producing lower notes with your tongue is the first time that I'm hearing this. So let me watch this video one more time.
There's just no way I'm getting that low note out. Try this for me. Give me more tongue, brighter
But why would you brighten your tone if you want to go deeper? Usually when you want to go deeper, you actually make it darker. It's kind of the logic in terms of notes as well. Think about it when you listen to an organ sound, the church organ. The pipes that produce the deeper notes are wide and very long because when you widen your throat, when you make a yawn, you can make a deeper sound like ah. But if you make it brighter, ah, it's not the same kind of tone. So I don't know. Ah. I'm trying to find my deepest note. Ah. Ah. I mean, I guess you can do that, but it depends on the tone quality that you want. So if you do that, you make the sound brighter, but I don't think that that's necessarily what you always want to do. When you're going to higher notes, you're definitely going to go a bit brighter. But when you're going to deeper notes, you kind of need to stay in that middle position. You could even make it a bit darker. I wouldn't necessarily make it brighter. I don't know. That's maybe that's just my preference. I would say for this singing tip, I mean, maybe it's not the best choice for everybody, but hey, it doesn't hurt to try it out. Let me just try it one more time. I'm going to try it in my deepest kind of register, chest voice register, because when I'm singing in her intonation, it's not a big problem for me, so I need to go deeper to actually try this. Didn't really make a sound. Nah, nah, didn't really make a sound. Not really. The help, I don't know. I have a different opinion. For me, you could actually use this exercise more efficiently for some higher notes than lower notes. Okay, another twang exercise, it seems.
Good for you, you look happy and healthy. Okay, so you notice that strain? Let's try to add a little bit of twang so you can get more power with less impact. I'm gonna have you sing it like you're a duck. I want you to quack it.
Okay. Quack, quack, quack.
No, like way more ducky. Okay, so not just quack, quack, quack. I want quack, quack.
That's actually a thing that I tell my students as well. Is like, usually they just say the words, but it's not the same saying the words and trying to actually, well, let's say, imitate the sound of a duck or somebody. So, not, the duck doesn't say quack, quack, quack. It says quack, 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 quack. And twang is actually a very, very powerful thing that a lot of students don't actually grab and take hold of. It's a very easy thing to change, I guess, if you're trying with these twangy words, and it makes a lot of sense.
Quack, quack, quack. Quack, quack, quack. Now on melody. Quack, 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 quack. Quack, 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 quack. You feel that power? I know it's a little bit crazy, but it gives us a little bit more boost in the sound. Quack, good for you, you look happy and healthy. Not me, if you ever care to ask. Yeah!
Huh. Okay, so I don't know the lyrics of this song, but I'm going to try it a bit in a male register. Quack, quack, quack. Quack, 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 quack. So this is another thing. If you have a very fast song like this, try it a bit slower, then you try it in a full speed. So quack, 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 quack. Something like that. So quack, 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 quack. That jump. Quack, 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 quack. That's a tricky one. So let's try. Quack, quack, quack. Well, good for you. You look happy and healthy. Not me. If you ever get on an ask. Good for you. You quack, 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 quack. But baby, gotta na 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 na. So I'm looking at the lyrics and I still don't know. But yeah, this is another good exercise.
Something that most singers don't do at all in the beginning, or even as professionals, opening your mouth. So if you're having issues and you're pushing and all those things, they could be a number of factors, but I almost guarantee it's likely because
Like Menzel, she opens her mouth so much when she's singing musical theater. Ooh.
you're not opening your mouth enough. And if you're opening your mouth a lot, you might be really tense. So what I want to have you do is just get really silly, almost like a drunk person slurring their words. So if I go like, I want to see you be brave with what you want to say and let the words come out. You can be amazing. You can turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug. I want to see you be brave. But you want to practice having it open, because if it's not big enough, then it's not coming out of your mouth.
One good thing to try is actually trying to speak words. This is actually an exercise that they teach acting students in theater, is putting a pencil in your mouth or something like that and trying to speak over it and really trying to focus on your diction, on your enunciation, pronunciation, whatever you want to call it. So this is a pen. And who knows how filthy it is. So let's just keep it simple. Let's say, today I had a great time in school. Said no one ever, but so something like this. Today I had a great time in school. 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 So basically, this really makes you want to kind of chew it up a bit. And what she said, opening your mouth is actually a big part of singing. It's such a simple trick when you think about it, but for some reason, students are often afraid. And I guess it has to do with, first of all, being insecure about singing. And it actually takes some time for students to become relaxed in front of their vocal coaches, in front of their professors. Because it's very, singing is a very personal thing. You're letting out emotions. Everybody who sings is trying to say something. They're trying to deliver a message. And, it takes courage to be upfront with your feelings. So singing is a very delicate thing, and we as vocal coaches really need to be careful with our students. That's why I always think that not all of the exercises are perfect for everybody. There's not a one trick that fits everybody. But what I think is very important is vocal coaches are almost like doctors. You go to a doctor and he tells you, he watches you, he makes you do some tests, and he actually tells you what you can improve in your life and stuff like that. So sometimes, especially when you're just learning singing, you can't be aware of all of these things on your own, because you're not at that level of awareness when it comes to singing. So that's why it often helps having somebody listen from a different side. First of all, when you're listening to your ears, and think about it like this. Does your voice always sound the same? Have you ever recorded yourself on a mobile and then you think about, wow, that's not my voice. Like, I don't sound like that. That's because the sound is traveling to somewhere. It's getting bounced off of a wall. And when it comes to your ears, you're actually hearing it a bit different than somebody hearing directly you in front of you. That's why recording yourself, even just on a mobile phone, and re-listening and listening and analyzing and listening and analyzing and doing that every day will help you the most. These are all very nice tips, but at the end of the day, it always comes down to how much you actually put effort into it, how much you actually practice, and not only how much you practice, but it needs to be smart practicing. You can practice for hours and hours, but as I already said, if you're not hearing the differences, then what's the point? You will not get better. But if you record yourself, if you listen, and if you find a good vocal coach that's really going to listen to you, really try to find what works for you, then you're on a winning streak. That's the best thing that you can do. So these were actually some solid tips, and I hope you have a fun time playing around with them. If you enjoyed this video, like it, share with your friends, consider subscribing, and hit that bell to get notified about my next videos. If you want to see these videos for anybody else and also support what I do on the channel, consider becoming a part of my Patreon page because that's where everything is happening. If you want to support the channel in some other way, consider treating me to a cup of coffee with a link in the description. And what can I say? You look wonderful, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.